I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here inside the Hub Culture Studio, joined by one of our partners. Thank you very much for being a partner, first of all.
Thank you.
Greg Day, now you're Chief Security Officer for Palo Alto Networks. Quite often you're in here talking to me. Actually, usually we're up there and we're speaking. Luckily, we're in a little bit of the warmth today, talking about cyber and the challenges that it faces, or that it presents. Do you think businesses have woken up to the reality of what it's going to take to rise to this challenge?
I think more than ever, they're having that conversation now. But what I found really interesting is most businesses see digital as the way to transform, but they realize they're not doing it fast enough. And I guess the challenge that I see is cybersecurity people like to take the time, understand the risks, figure the solution. And so the challenge is, how do we transform? How do we keep pace with that digital innovation? And I think the short answer is we actually need to do some fundamental shifts in how cybersecurity works to achieve that.
Okay, so tell me about that. How do you think we need to transform?
Well, I think historically cybersecurity has always been human labor driven, which is crazy in a digital world. So we have cybersecurity tools that all gather bits of information, and then a human manipulates that, puts it together to come up with an answer. So what we need to get better is being able to take all those different data sets, be able to use technology, the cloud, machine learning, big data, to come up with the outcomes that we have enough confidence in, then to drive a response at the same digital pace that the attacker is working. Now, there are thousands of security vendors out there that are all trying to help with that problem. So actually the next shift in that is, how do we make all of those actually inherently work together? Because today, even when we get to the answer, actually it's still, how do I apply that in 50, 100 different ways? So we really need to digitize the whole process, which means gathering the data together, being able to manipulate it through technology, then being able to automate the outcomes that works as fast as the cloud and everything else to prevent business impact.
How do you stay nimble in an industry where attacks are coming from a variety of actors, all the way from malevolent state actors down to the kid in the garage? And we know that across the line, serious threats are coming from all different sides.
There are two parts to how we get better at this. I think the first is, the more we build ecosystems where if something happens to you, I learn from it. If something happens to the company around the corner, we learn from it. The more we gather that data together, the more collaboratively we can respond quicker. And that's the first half of the problem. We today have over 45,000 customers, but it's not just, for example, us as one company, it's the partnership between ourselves and other security vendors to really gather that whole data. But then the second part of that is, there are great new capabilities every day that could help solve that. And again, it comes to that next part of saying, how can I build a platform, an ecosystem that when we get this information can allow all of those different solutions to work in harmony, to each play their role in taking the best step to prevent it.
So tell me a story about something that you've seen recently where it's either worked really well or where you thought, oh, we've still got a lot further to go.
Yeah, I could give you the best example of this. Actually, I was sat with probably 50, 60 of my peers when WannaCry hit. And if that name doesn't make sense to you, it's one of the big ransomware attacks.
No, it hit in the UK.
It hit all over the world. And what was interesting, so we're in the middle of this conference and suddenly you see everybody distracted. And so they're all checking their phones to get more information. So we literally stopped the session and say, look, let's give you the briefing on what's going on. And I think that's the interesting bit. There's no shortage normally of information about the problem. But where I saw it there, and it was really interesting to see it going wrong, was every CISO on the phone back to their own security teams going, okay, so what do I do here? What do we do there? What does this bit do there? What's this bit do there? And just the time burn of going, do we understand all of the different capabilities and how we'd apply that? And you're going, internet speed, the problem is already happening, especially with ransomware. As soon as it touches your system, starting to encrypt the data. So if you can't work at that same digital pace, you're always going to be behind the curve.
Greg, thanks very much for stopping by the Hub Culture Studio here in Davos, and I'm Edie Lush.